Assalamu alaikum. In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful, I bear witness there is no God but Allah, who came to us in the persons of Master Father Muhammad. And I bear witness that the most honorable Elijah Muhammad is indeed thine exalted Christ. And I furthermore indeed bear witness that the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan is our divine reminder, leader, teacher, and guide. I greet you all in the nation greeted words of peace, and we say it in the Arabic language. Assalamu alaikum. All praises due to Allah. Hotep, peace, shalom, greetings. On behalf of Brother Albert Muhammad and the Let Us Make Man family, as always, family, we thank you, we thank you, we thank you. We thank you for your continuous support. We thank you for taking your time to read our posts, watch our videos, support our every effort in regards to the plight of the black community. We can never thank you enough. I want to take a few minutes of your time, family, of a very important subject today. This is very important, family. And, you know, it's been on my heart for the last 4 days, like heavily on my heart for the last 4 days. Normally, these videos are short and swift, and I'm going to do my very best to make this as brief as I can. Just give you the basic information or ideal or basic principles on Project Act Now. Project Act Now. What is that? Right? Let me give you an idea of what I mean when I say Project Act Now. When it comes to missing persons, the standard in America, according to law enforcement and state and federal law, they have to 24 hours to consider the person actually missing, abducted, whatever the case may be. Just imagine in 1 hour what can happen. So you got 24 hours before you decide that this person is actually missing, whomsoever it may be, wheresoever they may be. So within 24 hours, God knows what can transpire in 24 hours. Project Act Now is to do just that. Act now, immediately. Do away with the 24 hours, especially when it comes to our people. Just recently, you had 2 young white girls, which is a sad situation, that was kidnapped and found murdered somewhere here in the U.S. I forget the exact state. But no, every time someone of the Caucasian race, and this is not about race, family, this is reality, this is facts that we're talking about. This ain't literally about race, though race plays a major role in it, and you're going to understand what I'm talking about. The media, the public, the local, federal law, they don't waste no time in putting out Amber Alerts, right? Letting you know little Becky has been gone for more than 24 hours. They formulate a search party for little Becky. Flyers go up instantly, posters, pictures all over the city, all over the community, all over the state, all over social media. And check this out. The media, they respond swiftly when it comes to the Caucasian race, whenever their people come up missing, abducted, or whatever the case may be. Right? Recently in D.C., within 10 days, 10 black females come up missing, young and older. 10 days. And we heard nothing about it until it came through the pipeline on social media, on Facebook. We wouldn't even know nothing about this, that this was actually happening in D.C. Right? So then all of a sudden now, it's out there. See, what happens is because American media and the judicial system does not value black life. This is why they get upset when we say Black Lives Matter, because to to them, they don't value black life as they value any other life. Hell, they don't even value brown life. White life carry more value. These are actual facts. Right? So how long are we going to continue to wait on this government to say we are concerned, we do care, we're going to send the FBI out? That, according to our brother D.L. Hughley, the FBI was able to find a damn Super Bowl jersey in Mexico, but can't tell us what's happening to our women and girls in D.C. The same thing that happened in Atlanta years ago, when all them young black children was kidnapped and murdered in Atlanta. They pinned it on one black man because he so happened to be pulling out of that area where a body was found. Right? Now I'm saying that we must mobilize, organize, and structuralize our own people. Do away with all this madness we argue about on Facebook. Who's on top? Who's on bottom? Who's the smartest? Who's the dumbest? Who's the more righteous? We need to do away with all of that, man. Because the more we fuss and argue about the madness that we do, all these crimes committed against our people continue to grow. Even the crimes we commit against each other. So the goal of Act Now is to get out and mobilize our people. Set up a unit. We need a beachhead in D.C. We need a beachhead in D.C. And we need to put this program together immediately. Now, we got brothers and sisters that's in law enforcement. We got brothers and sisters that's bounty hunters. We got well-experienced black men and black women. Why don't you volunteer your service as you would do if little Becky came up missing? You'd be the first one in line to volunteer your service to find little Becky. So why don't you volunteer your experience and your service and help us train members of Act Now for search and rescue or search and recover? Right? We have to do something. We can't keep complaining. We can't keep arguing. This is a tragedy. But there's an inside hand behind all of this. And soon as we get up and mobilize and get on the move, they cannot stop us. We're well within our right. The Caucasian, when they people come up missing, they mobilize collectively and the government gets involved. They don't try to stop them. So they can't stop us from mobilizing the Act Now program. Right? Once they see it takes off and it's effective, then they're going to want to become a part and ultimately take control. That we can't let happen. Right? This is it's not about big eyes or little U's. It's about us addressing a serious issues. Years ago, I believe it was in 88, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan and the Final Call newspaper ran an article in regards to body parts for sale. Body parts for sale. But the problem with a lot of our people, we take the Final Call and the teachings of Minister Farrakhan for granted because most of us believe it's just not true. You fail to believe that when your loved one is gunned down and taken to the hospital, all the body parts are stripped out of the body, and because you're mourning and you're in pain, you don't even realize that they just took the heart, they just took the liver, they just took the lungs, which you can use those body parts to bury your dead if you didn't have the money. They take those body parts and sell those body parts for astronomical dollars. What is wrong with us, man? That we sitting here. We want to shake our rumps, show our behind, talk about how gangster we are, who we can kill, who we can beat up, what this is, but we won't move out in unity, man. We got to find these women and these girls, man. We have to figure out what's going on, who's snatching these people up, and what are they doing with them, right? We have to find out, family. We cannot literally sit back and do nothing or say nothing. It is time that we take actions. We mobilize our people, come together collectively like intelligent men and women, and formulate programs that will help our community and help us help our community. We have to figure out what is going on with these women and girls that's coming up missing. 10 in 10 days. And you mean to tell me in D.C., where you got the president of the United States of America and the CIA and the FBI and all this other stuff out there, and they can't help us figure out what's going on? I'm going to tell you what's really the problem is. See, these things cost money. And this is why I say they don't value black life, because they're not willing to invest the hundreds of thousands of dollars that it will take to do this job, as they so are willing to do when little Becky, little Susie, or Debbie Ann come up missing, tossed up, turned up somewhere. They'll put the money in that. But when it comes to little Annie or little Rashida or whatever, you know what I mean? When it comes to our people, they don't see the value in us. They won't invest the taxpayer dollars into helping us find our people. So since they don't want to do it, we have the means to do it. We spend over $1 trillion a year in corporate America on corporations that don't give a damn about us. We work for corporations that donate nothing back to our community. And they don't even, half of them don't even function in our community. Many of us have to go to work outside our community in order to sustain ourselves and families. So they don't give nothing back to our communities. But they'll take our money, because money is green. Money talk, BS walk, right? So we spend over $1 trillion a year in corporate America on waste, right? And we fail to invest because we get so many hypocrites, so many people that come along with this self-righteousness. I'm going to lead the world. I'm a conscious this, I'm a conscious that. So they rob the community. And once they rob the community, our people lose faith and then they just shut down. But there's a solution to that. There's a solution to that. See, the problem is, one thing we got to teach those that come and rob our people: you can't play with black people money, man. Right? You can't play with black people money, which simply means if you are invested in a program that you believe is for the betterment of our people, and they turn around and misguide us and mislead us, then they got to be held accountable for robbery. See, that's what that is. Too many come along, they just talk so smooth, so slick. I'm showing you why many of our people refuse to participate when it comes to fundraising. Because in order for Act Now to work and function properly, it takes money. There ain't no mystery gods, man. Right? It takes a board. You have to put a board of professional men and women together that know how to manage money and finances. So that way we can set up agencies all throughout America. So when our women and children come up missing, we don't have to wait 24 hours to go look for our people. We can get on it right then and there. Right? If we don't believe in one another, and if we don't give each other a chance, these kidnappings, these abductions will continue. Now I'm going to tell you something. Human trafficking is real. Human trafficking is real. Do not allow somebody to tell you that these incidents has nothing to do with human trafficking, because that's what they're trying to report in D.C. Oh, well, you know, these are isolated cases. Well, how in the hell would you know it's isolated cases when you don't even know what the hell is going on? Talk to me, man. I'm trying to get y'all to see what's really going on. They trying to, look, listen to this. We killing each other in Chicago. Males. The black males. In D.C. and all throughout America, our women and girls are coming up missing. Our babies are coming up missing. Right? Now, all of a sudden, there's a rash of body, a corpse being found with no organs. Organ snatchers. And y'all think these crackers is playing? Right? This is why when you go to the hospital or wherever you go, they ask you, or your local license bureau, are you interested in becoming an organ donor? For what? They're going to take them anyway. So what in the hell difference does it make if you sign a piece of paper and say, I want to be an organ donor? Hell, they're going to take them anyway. And your family are grieving and mourning. So they are clueless to know that they just took every organ out of your body that's valuable, and they're going to resell it to somebody, then charge you astronomical dollars for being in the hospital, then turn around and charge you astronomical dollars, or charge your family astronomical dollars to put you in the ground. Act now, man. Act now. Put your hate to the side. Put our ignorance to the side. Put our differences to the side. And let's set up something that we can do for self and help ourselves, man. There's no way possible to tell me 10 females in 10 days come up missing in the state of Washington, or the city officials, federal government are clueless. But they quick to tell you it's under investigation. That can mean anything. That can mean anything, right? So we have the sole right, family, to mobilize our own units. Pass this video on. Post the video on your page, man. We have to come together. We have to do this together. We cannot sit back and continue to expect everybody to do for us what we can do for ourselves. And to the blacks out there who likes to run away from racism and bigotry and likes to turn around and say, racism don't exist, or we can don't get along. We post in regards to interracial marriages, Negroes go crazy. They love white people. I don't hate white people or like white people. I don't give a damn about them. I don't really waste my time with them. I work with them. That's basically it. I don't got time to sit here and judge white people. I got to figure out what in the hell is going on, because if someone's daughter yesterday could be your daughter today, or your son tomorrow. While you sitting here trying to figure out what in the hell is going on, or why you're not participating, right? Why you're not participating until it hits your front door. Then you want the world to mourn for you. These crackers that's in the White House now, they're raging war. They literally raging war. If everything that comes out of this current administration mouth is Barack Obama, you know they're not raging war against Barack Obama. Barack Obama is no longer in office. They're raging war against black people. It is time that we turn back and rage war with them. There's a few ways we can do that. But the best way to do it is to unite, man. Put our differences together. Put our differences to the side. Stop cussing each other out on the internet. Stop putting each other down. See, because they play on that, man. They play on our dissatisfaction. They play on our dislike for each other. The more we do it, the more they play on it. The more come up missing. The more come up abducted. The more body parts come up missing. Right? The Honorable Minister of the Nation of Islam, over 80 years, man, over 80 years, been piping the black people for years. But we refused. The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, when he spoke to us in part 2 in Savior's Day, he forewarned black people. He said, look here, man, this is it. This is it. Either you accept your own or be yourself, or this cracker gonna kill you. Straight up. Right? Accept your own and be yourself. Right? So what I'm saying is we have to figure something out. When I say we, black people collectively, right? You know the Nation of Islam has the best interest of black people in heart, whether you agree or disagree, whether you come across those who you may not agree with. Name one nation on this planet that didn't have struggles as they were coming up or establishing their nation in whatever part of the world that they're in. So we're going to have struggles establishing our nation. We're going to go through it. But at the end of the day, we're still striving to provide for black people the love and the desire to do for self and separate. The minister called for 10,000 fearless black men to stand up, to fight this black on black crime the right way, not to go out there and harm our people. And because most of our people just need love, man. Most of our people just need to be loved. We hate each other so much, and we hate on each other for so much. And 9 times out of 10, when you sit back and ask yourself, what are we hating on each other for? They can't even really answer it. We're in a government that doesn't give a damn about none of us. 10 black girls in 10 days come up missing, right? So Project Act Now, right, is to mobilize our people all throughout America, right? Set up search parties. I was a former member of a search and rescue squad. For those who may not be familiar with your little brother, I got some experience. I was a former member of a search and rescue squad where we used to go and look for those who may drown, right? So those of us who have experience, you can help us. If you're a bounty hunter, then you have experience on searching for people. You can help us. You can still work with the white man because you love him. Most of us, we have to go and work with him. We have to survive. That's fine. But take your experience, man, and offer your experience. Help us find our people here in America. 1.5 to 2 years ago, 266 African girls just snatched up out of the blue. And it was talked about all over the world. You're talking about all the way in Africa. Right here in D.C., 10 black girls in 10 days, and we would have never knew about it if not for social media. And this is why I personally utilize social media. It has its benefit, man. If we utilize it for the best part, for the right thing, it has its benefits. So if not for me being on Facebook, I would have never realized 10 black girls came up missing, not just in D.C. in 10 days, and they still don't know what's going on. But the value of black life is there's no value. When you get white people who are constantly trying to blame the Black Lives Matter movement for all the tragedies that's happening, that goes to show where we at. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad taught us separation. It's our only solution. We're wise people, man. We're very intelligent people. Right? If we stand by each other, extend some love to each other, rather you in the Nation of Islam, you a Christian, Buddha, whatever your theology, your idea, whatever your school of thought is, whatever it is, man, whatever it is, right? The one thing about white people, they all don't believe the same, but they do know how to come together when when it's necessary. And this is why the Honorable Elijah Muhammad told us to study white people. They make no excuses for their mistakes, especially the successful ones, right? Study them, right? So at the end of the day, the whole motive for this particular session is to promote the Act Now. We appealing to all of those who may be interested. If you have experience on search and rescue, any experience on how we can mobilize our people together and really put something together that we don't take too much time or less time possible to go out and find out women and girls. Because how would you feel if your daughter, 6 years old, 7 years old, 8 years old, 9 years old, on her way to the school bus, and she doesn't get on the bus, and the school doesn't even call you and tell you your daughter hadn't even made it to school? The police gonna tell you you got 24 hours. Well, Act Now says we're gonna move on it swiftly, man. But we can't do it alone. Ain't no mystery gods in the way these people do things. They come together. Whether you want to sit here and bash white people, talk about white people for the next 100 years, that's all fine and well. That's up to you. It's just really not my thing. To me personally, it's wasted energy. If I'm going to talk about them, it's going to be for a reason. To me, it's going to have to make sense. Really, it's really going to have to make sense. Because we got some serious issues going on, man. The killing, the hate. I have never in my life believed that black people would hate each other the way we do. I take a quote from Tupac Shakur. When Tupac got shot, he said the most thing that ever hurt him more than anything in the world was when he was shot by a black man. The love that he had for black people, even though his music wasn't always appealing to us, but the love that he had, he never thought that he would get shot by a black man. And he got shot 5 times. that hurted him more than dying, according to him. That's just a quote. Our hatred for one of us has to come to a halt, right? Has to come to a halt. You don't have to join the Nation of Islam to come and break bread with us, right? And get some guidance, right? You don't have to join the Nation of Islam to be a member of the 10,000 feelings in your community and set up a headquarters so our brothers can come out and train you in your respective cities and states. You don't have to be a member of the Nation of Islam to do that, right? If it's something that's going to help in your community, why not participate with it? Right? We holler justice or else. Well, hell, how you going to holler justice or else and you ain't going to put no work in to get justice or else? You have to be willing to put the work in, man. So the whole point, again, of this particular session, family, it was on my mind for the last 3 to 4 days heavily. I mean, sincerely. And, you know, I'm on my way to Muhammad's study group tonight, and I had to get this off my chest so I can focus on my learning process. Right? But I had to get this off my chest because we got to figure something out, man. We got to figure something out. There's no way 10 black girls can come up missing in 10 days and your local municipalities, your government don't have an answer for you at all other than it's under investigation, right? And you don't have a clue of what human trafficking is all about. You don't have a clue of what these children or these young women may be going through, the suffering they may be dealing with. You don't have a clue of what they may be psychologically, what they're experiencing. We're clueless to this, man. We take things for granted. I don't come on Facebook to be seen amongst men. No, sir. I do it because I believe that Allah inspires me to share the life-giving teachings of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, as is taught today by the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan in my own little way, right? When I'm at the mosque, I fall in. Tallest to the front, shortest to the rear. Ain't no cockiness, ain't no arrogance in it, man. I understand structure. I understand discipline. That is what we gotta get, man. Or I tell you what, you ain't seen nothing yet unless we come together. The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan warned us, you don't have to be a follower of Farrakhan to feel the effect and the wrath of Almighty God Allah when they come down. Those who didn't follow Moses felt it. Those who didn't follow Jesus felt it. Those who didn't follow Lot felt it. Those were the disbelievers, man. The rebellious ones who say, well, I don't need that, right? And these crackers are shooting you down. Just here in Akron, Ohio, not even a week ago, young brother shot dead, unarmed, over a dirt bike. White boy pulled the gun out, went looking for his dirt bike. He said the young brother stole the dirt bike. The young brother who turned around was running away, back turned. White boy pulled the gun out, shot him, killed him, then said, I feel threatened for my life. Am I surprised? Am I hurt? No, sir. I'm going to tell you why. Because the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan warned us. Unless we pull ourselves together and stand and come together and separate and do for self, Allah gonna beat the hell out of us. So we need to understand the chastisement of God for our rebelliousness. Now, I'm not trying to come at you like no preacher or no minister, but I'm telling you what's really going on. Unity is our way out. Separation is our ultimate goal. Separation. Black people did fine when we was dealing with integration, when we had integration going on. White boy over here, black boy over here. They were fine. They had their little hole in the wall. We had our little hole in the wall. The minute we tried to come together, force ourselves in their schools, force ourselves in their restaurants, all hell broke loose. And it's been breaking loose. So don't be surprised about what these crackers in the White House are doing now. Don't be surprised. I salute my brother Snoop Dogg for his heart to stand up and speak truth. Because when you witness so much pain, it gets to you as a human being. So the man human instincts stood out. So I salute my brother for his stance. But we got to get busy, family. So with that being said, I'm not going to take any more of your time. I thank you so much for taking a few time to hear your little brother, your friend, Brother Albert Muhammad, and the Let Us Make Man family. There will be a mission statement put out in another week in regards to the Act Now program or the Project Act Now. This is, man. We have to really consider the information and take a step out there and do for self. Stop believing that you got to have this white man co-sign. All you got to do is know the laws. Study the laws, right? When I moved from New York to Ohio, the first thing I had to do was study the laws of the state of Ohio and my surroundings, so that I would have a chance, if injustice was to fall upon me, I would have a chance to defend myself, right? So with that being said, family, there will be more information coming out with Project Now, right? We need our people to really consider what we're talking about and really bring this stuff to a halt. The black on black crime, the murder rate, the hatred, but it starts with knowledge of self. My humble suggestion for those who never had the opportunity, go to Final Call, store.finalcall.com. store.finalcall.com. Order yourself a copy of the Message to the Black Man. store.finalcall.com. Order yourself a copy of the Message to the Black Man and read it, man. Once you read it and start reading, your natural instinct and your natural nature and your connection with God is going to automatically go in full motion. It's like rabbit ears, standing straight up. But the reason why I mentioned this particular book is because this is the book that's going to help us establish knowledge for self, love for self, understanding self, and doing for self. Knowledge of self, love for self, understanding self, and doing for self. Once we can really master that, man, we can get out of the grip of this Caucasian overnight. But we need to act now, man. We need to find out what's going on with these girls, our children, these young ladies that's coming up missing, and the body parts that's coming up missing or taken, and all you see is corpse laying around or coming up out of nowhere. Young brother died, accidentally drowned, and when they got the body, there was no organs in it. What is the organs? The family got a right to know. Before you sell somebody organs, the family has the right to know what you're going to do with it. I just want to thank you for giving me the opportunity to come before you, leave you as I came before you in the name greedy words of peace and paradise. Assalamu alaikum, family. Have a great day. Thank you.